You ever read something in a game that made the whole world suddenly feel deeper? Like it wasn't just pixels anymore, but an actual place with a history, and you're only just scratching the surface? That's what the Castaway Journals in Palworld did for me. If you didn't know, the Castaway Journals are scattered all over the Palpagos Islands. They're those digital tablets glowing with blue light, and at first they feel like flavor text, background noise, but then you start reading. And then, if you're like me, you start piecing things together. And suddenly, you're not just playing a creature collecting survival game, you're tracing the thoughts of a lost explorer who might have figured out the most disturbing secrets of this world before vanishing entirely. So let's start at the beginning. All right, so the castaway is never named. No face, no cutscenes, no dramatic death. Just journal entries. 23 of them, actually, in-game, plus 2 more in the files. The person is a scientist, a solo explorer who noticed something strange on global maps, a blank space where the Palpagos Islands should be. So they prepare. They set out alone, and they wreck on the shore. What they find is bizarre. No sheep, no cats, no normal wildlife, just pals. And this is where it gets weird very fast, because the castaways' early entries aren't just, oh wow, cute creatures. They're confused, alarmed even. They write, every living thing I've found here is like nothing I've ever seen. And they start documenting them. They find a strange device, one that can record and categorize these beings. From my understanding, it's basically the prototype for the PAL deck that we use in the game. The castaway observes behaviors, abilities, and learn that pals can farm, build, fight. Some are gentle, some are violent, some are smarter than they should be. And slowly, the castaway starts asking harder questions. Like, why are there ancient ruins everywhere? Who built them? And why are they destroyed? They find murals with symbols, clues, and they realize this ancient civilization didn't just coexist with pals. They used them, maybe even relied on them. The castaway learns to craft pal spheres by studying these ruins. Spheres that work with paldium ore, a glowing energy source that shows up in everything from teleporters to the towers we raid in-game. That's when the theories start. Quiet ones at first. The castaway starts wondering, was this civilization destroyed by its own technology, by the pals themselves, or by something worse? And then it gets darker. In one entry, they mention seeing pals attack each other, wage war. They say the pals appear to be engaged in their own bloody battle for Palpagos Island. And that line stuck with me because at that point, it wasn't just an observation anymore, it was foreshadowing. Later, they write about how pals use tools, firearms, for example, and how the castaway taught them to do that. Let me say that again. The castaway teaches their pals to use guns. And then the same pals kill attacking humans. And then they just bounce around like nothing happened. They're still cute, still loyal, but capable of violence, human level violence. That's when the journals start leaning into a theory that a lot of players and even some developers haven't wanted to confirm out loud. What if pals were human? Or at least derived from humans? There's a PAL deck entry from Robin Quill that says it diverged from humans long ago. There are notes from Victor Ashford, the tower boss, talking about genetic manipulation, combining pals to make stronger ones. There's even a Reddit theory that the ancient civilization found a way to turn people into pals, either as punishment or power, or something we still don't understand. And the castaway never confirms it, but they do get close. In day 25, they write that pals simply appear or disappear when born or killed. It's treated like a mechanic in the game, but they treat it like a mystery in the lore, something unnatural. So what are they? Are they AI? Energy manifestations or hallucinations? Are we watching the remnants of a failed experiment still walking around the ruins? And this human element theory doesn't stop there. The castaway runs into others. hostile ones, probably early members of the Rain Syndicate or the Free Pal Alliance. They try to talk, they get shot at, their land ball kills to protect them. And again, the castaway is shaken, not just by the attack, but by how easily their pals would shift back to joy after the violence. Castaway wonders, are these humans native descendants of the ancient or castaways like them? No answers, just more questions, but who was the castaway? There's a theory based on a single line from Zoe Rain's diary, that they were a brave guy from long ago who traveled beyond the islands. Some players think that castaway might have been Victor Ashford's missing lab assistant, Alex, but it's all just speculation. But what isn't speculation is their legacy. Every saddle you craft, every firearm you make, every pal sphere you throw, it's because the castaway figured it out first. And here's the final plot twist. Most players miss all of this. They're scattered across the map, or tucked away in the options menu. Some were even unobtainable until recent updates. It's fragmented and it's easy to ignore. But if you read them all, and I mean really read them, you realize the entire world of Palworld hinges on this one scientist who came alone, tried to understand a forgotten civilization, and may have uncovered the truth behind the pals themselves, and then vanished without a trace. So the next time you ride your mount across a ruined valley or watch your pal butcher another with cartoon glee, remember this: the world didn't start with you. It started with the castaway. Anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for taking the time. If you liked this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what your thoughts are or theories down in the comments below. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out.